The playoff blueprint proves champions are made one game at a time. A new series begins in Dallas. Now it's a best of three. We've had heroes and moments.
Rockets to win the game. What a shot by Jason Terry!
Now the Mavericks are back home, but the road team has been unbeatable. Which way will the momentum swing tonight? TNT, next.
American Airlines Center in Dallas. The crowd continues to file in. It will be a sellout, better than 20,000 turning out for Game 5 of this best of 7 between the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, to this point, home court advantage has been home court disadvantage. The Rockets winning the first two here in Dallas. The Mavericks taking games 3 and 4 in Houston. That's the setting as we welcome you for this 5th game. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Steve Kerr and David Aldridge. Steve, as for the Rockets, it's been a terrific series for Tracy, McGrady, but they need a consistent 1-2 punch. They need more from Yao Ming, which means they need more shot attempts from Yao.
Yeah, Yao has been very productive in this series, Marv, when he's been out on the floor. And for the Rockets to win Game 5, he's going to have a big night and really help McGrady. Of course, Tracy has so much responsibility in this series, guarding Dirk Nowitzki at one end, taking control of the offense at the other. And in the fourth quarters of the two losses for Houston, he has struggled, and that's why he needs this man's help. And look at the numbers. Almost 20 points per game, 73% shooting for Yao Ming. The problem, he has been plagued by foul trouble this entire series. In Game 4, just 25 minutes on the floor, and as a result, Houston was unable to take advantage of that small Dallas lineup. And when that happens, more of the Houston three-point shooters, Bob Sura, David Wesley, John Barry, they don't have openings. That's why Houston has to establish Yao Ming on the low block. And Houston has played a small lineup, and they're playing Tracy McGrady on Dirk. They're also playing Ryan Bowen. But what that has done is it's taken McGrady off of the perimeter players for Dallas, and so we have some mismatches. The guy who has taken advantage is Jason Terry. He's been absolutely phenomenal with his shooting. The key play in Game 4, he actually almost turned this ball over twice. The ball ends up flying into the air, ends up back in Terry's hands. He calmly knocks down the three. That was the ball game. Look at his numbers for the series. 15 of 21 from three-point range.
All right, so coming up, it's a pivotal Game 5 in what has been a most unusual series. This is only the 5th time in the history of the NBA that the road team has won the first 4 games in a best of 7. Starting lineups. Here are the Rockets, led by Tracy McGrady. Game 4, 13 of 26, 36 points. Scott Padgett remaining in the starting lineup up front with Yao Ming, David Wesley, and Bob Sura in the backcourt. Sura was a question mark because of the flu. In fact, earlier was thought Mike James will start. However, Sura said that he'll give it a shot. Here are the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, and we touched on this right at the start of the telecast. Just 4 of 14 the other night in game number 4. Josh Howard, Eric Dampier on that front line. Michael Finley and Jason Terry coming off the magnificent performance the other night. The handling of the officiating of Yao Ming over the first 4 games of this series, as we discussed earlier, Van Gundy's remarks leading to that $100,000 fine by the NBA, the largest amount ever for a coach. So Dallas controls the opening tip. Howard played by Padgett. Wesley got a piece of it. Dampier going right at Yao, pops it out. They work it around as Nowitzki finds Finley. Shot clock is down to 2, and Finley is able to knock it down.
He has been so key to this club in games 3 and 4, Marv. He really struggled in the first 2 ball games, scoring just a total of 15 points. But when he scores, Dallas is awfully tough to cover. He scored awfully well in games 3 and 4.
Yao Ming up top. McGrady, played by Howard here at the start. And McGrady shoots over Howard. Rebounded by Padgett. Wesley had a notion to shoot the 3. Both clubs very tentative here at the start on their first possession. Josh Howard handles against Scott Padgett. Nowitzki, played by McGrady at the start. Good entry pass. Dampier gives it right back. Dampier with the rebound. Oh, he had a wide open Jason Terry and then went the other way to Nowitzki. Finley on the rebound.
Now, why would you throw it to Terry? He's only shooting 60%, right? Give him the ball.
And Dampier looked at him.
Looked him off.
Nowitzki now guarded by Paget. Crowd wants Nowitzki to shoot. Shot clock at 3. Yes.
This is why Jeff Van Gundy will continue to play Tracy McGrady on Nowitzki as often as possible. Dirk can shoot over just about anybody. McGrady with those long arms, one of the only guys on this Rocket roster to be able to challenge Nowitzki's jump shot.
Van Gundy's main concern is Sorer is able to go glass. He does not want Tracy McGrady to get into foul trouble early on.
He's done a nice job of staying out of foul trouble, though, using his quickness to stay in front of Nowitzki.
Here's Howard open, way off on that three-point attempt. Houston Rockets went 51-31 in the regular season. They finished as the number 5 seed. They ended up the season winning 7 in a row. Howard off the steal. Howard puts it down. Mavericks 6, Rockets 2.
It's a very quick, long-armed Dallas defense. Probably the reason that owner Mark Cuban told us last week this is the most equipped he's felt his Mavericks had been for any postseason.
Now not able to hit. Finley delivers to Nowitzki. Sends up a rainbow. Back comes Sorer.
A rare three-point attempt for Nowitzki. He's made just one this entire series.
Yes, he is pulled back. You don't see those shots early in the clock. Pass intended for Nowitzki. Nice play by McGrady on the steal. Dampier is back. Here's McGrady. He's fouled.
If you're Dampier, you'd like to save those fouls for when you really need them.
What a series he's had. Hit the game winner in game 2. 28 points, 10 rebounds. The other night, 13 of 26, 36 points. You see he's averaging 31.5 per game over the first 4.
And incredible numbers considering he's guarding Nowitzki at the other end, but you can see that it's taken its toll on McGrady. He's made just 2 shots in the fourth quarters combined, games 3 and 4. That's why Houston has to give him some help here tonight offensively.
Yes, the other night just 1 of 5 in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki continues to have difficulties with the shot. McGrady with that hesitation move and is called for a traveling violation.
I think the officials feel like they just have to call it now and then to keep guys honest, but that's a move that most players in the league use these days.
That was a combination call. Joe DeRosa indicating a palm and a travel. There's Howard cranking it over Paget and gets the roll.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy is starting Paget because he feels better about the matchup of bringing Ryan Bowen off the bench to cover Jerry Stackhouse. But thus far, Dallas looking to take advantage of Paget down on the block.
Yao Ming with his first field goal. The other night, he went 25 minutes, hit 6 of 7 at 20 points, but was in foul trouble throughout. Good play to knock it aside. Dampier lost a 2-on-1. Here's Wesley. Houston with 20 on the shot clock. There's Yao getting position and draws the foul.
He's been called for a couple of offensive fouls in this series, Marv, trying to get position on Dirk Nowitzki.
Alan Henderson back with the Mavericks, 10-year man from Indiana. And Avery Johnson going for Henderson rather than Sean Bradley.
Well, he likes to go with the quickness, Marv. Yao Ming has had some problems with fronting defenses, with speed, and that's what Henderson will try to do. Put as much pressure as possible on him in the post.
Game is tied at 8. Step back move by Howard. Josh Howard with 6 points.
When you miss your first shot 3 feet wide, you come back and knock one down. That's confidence. Howard showing a lot of it for a young player.
A looping pass for Yao, and he's fouled. Foul charge to Howard. Yao alley-oops. Recovered by McGrady, and he draws the foul. It has been a sensational bounce-back season. His shot selection on the questionable side, shot a career low 42%, settling for jump shots. not a happy guy. The Orlando Magic not very happy with Tracy.
Well, and he angered Magic fans by admitting that he gave less than his best effort at times. I think what happened with McGrady, he lost his spirit. The team was struggling so much that he felt really disillusioned by what was going on there. Now he has a second life here in Houston.
Here's Nowitzki, and he's fouled.
So you're not seeing him shoot a lot from the three-point line because he's got a small forward guarding him. So he's trying to take people down on the block. And
Scooter Patino and Director Bernard Lowe. As it is, there's a great deal of tension in the truck. There was a shoving incident earlier.
I thought they were going to crack up completely the last couple of days, so I'm very worried about bungee cam tonight.
We've been spending too much time around them. Is that what you're indicating?
Absolutely.
All right, here's McGrady on a catch and shoot. Rebounded by Howard. Mavericks with the ball. They lead by 1. Nowitzki posting on Paget, feeling for Paget. Wesley over to help. Here's Terry. Nowhere to go. Whips it right back to Finley. Finley trying to get it down low. It's broken up. And for those of you, as Zasura fires a 3, who saw the Dallas Mavericks earlier, it's a different Dallas offense. And Noel, as I say that, Terry fires one up. And it's last touch on this Houston squad. The Rockets, his 5th NBA team in 10 years, sat out 21 games earlier in the season due to injuries, and he was missed.
Well, he's critical to their effort, especially in this series, because Houston's going to switch a lot of screens like this, and then Sura will end up on bigger players. He's a very good defender.
5:10 remaining in the first. Here's Finley with that off-balance jump. The rebound handled by Yao.
Nice start here for Houston, Marv. They've got Dampier with 2 fouls, Yao Ming with 0 fouls. They've been to the line 6 times as McGrady knocks down the jumper. And the other concern for Jeff Van Gundy, offensive rebounds. Been a problem in this series, 2 apiece right now, so I like the way things have gone for Houston.
Here is Howard, and he's had the touch early on. Rockets are just 3 of 10 from the field, and trail by 1 because for a change they're outscoring Dallas at the free throw line, +5.
But they've done a nice job of getting the ball into Yao Ming, who's drawn a couple of fouls. Now you see the high screen and roll that has hurt Dallas so much in this series.
Tracy McGrady able to drill it. Rockets lead by 1.
Of course, that's the play that won game 2, the high screen with McGrady and Yao. Dallas has changed the way they're playing it a little bit, staying at home on the Rockets' three-point shooters. It's going to be critical for McGrady to knock down that shot tonight.
Terry's pass for Howard, and he's fouled.
Allow McGrady to shoot. If he gets his 40, he hits 40, but Johnson said it was critical for Houston not to have those three-point shooters going.
Ryan Bowen has come on for Scott Paget. Shot clock 3. Down to 2. Nowitzki. So we seesaw here on the early going. It's the Mavs 15. The Rockets 14. Sura and Wesley at the guards with Yao, Bowen, McGrady up front. Oh, Bowen thought he had McGrady. Ryan Bowen spent 5 years with Denver. This is 6th NBA season out of Iowa. Terry finding Henderson, who's wide open.
Now Dallas giving Houston a little taste of their own medicine, putting Yao Ming in that screen. That leaves Henderson free to cut to the basket.
Dallas by 3. This is game 5 of the best of 7. Series tied at 2. Howard with the rebound. Houston won the first 2 games of this series here in Dallas. Howard for Henderson. Blocked by Yao Ming. Henderson from the other side. The tip missed, and Bowen is on it. Dallas won the next 2 in Houston, winning Saturday night at the Toyota Center 97-93. Fourth quarter rallies in games 3 and 4, winning it for the Mavs. Here's Bowen with a rare shot. Handled by Terry.
Well, you see Nowitzki just completely disregarding Bowen, playing behind Yao. Bowen's going to have to knock down that shot eventually.
Stackhouse. Nowitzki now being played by Bowen. Nowitzki ducks under. Good play by Bowen. Got a piece of it. McGrady looking to post. Played by Howard. Here's McGrady. And he's fouled. They used to say that about you in your playing days. In In this first quarter, Mavericks 17 and the Rockets 15. Quiet start with Jason Terry after that career playoff high the other night. Has not scored. He's attempted only one shot.
Yeah, Houston's done a nice job on him, and they've been to the line. Dallas has been to the line just twice. Stackhouse with the slam. Houston has 8 free throw attempts at this point, so getting the ball inside. They're in the penalty. They'd like to be aggressive here, get back to the line before the end of the quarter.
Dallas with a 4-point lead. Lead pass intended for Yao Ming. Here comes Marquise Daniels and the foul.
Well, and with Keith Van Horn injured here, Marv, it's given Daniels a chance to play. And in some ways, although Avery Johnson wouldn't say it, but in some ways it's almost been a blessing in disguise that Van Horn went down, because it really exposed Dallas's speed advantage with their perimeter players, and especially Daniels.
It's Mike James who just checked in. Able to penetrate, gets it out to David Wesley for 3. Kept alive by Scott Padgett. And here's Wesley again from downtown. Wesley hits the 3. Mavericks 22, the Rockets 18.
Houston has to hit three-point attempts, and Wesley caught fire there in the last 2 games in Houston. Really struggled in Dallas in the opening ball games, but he needs to knock down shots. James is 0 for 8 in this series from the three-point line. They'd like to get him going too.
John Barry has checked in for the first time. The steal by Padgett. Look out. Pass behind James, able to handle it. Finds Barry. Barry ahead of the field. So Jeff Van Gundy going with a 3-guard set. He has Wesley along with James and Barry. And the Rockets are within 2 as we come up on a half-minute remaining in this first quarter. Stackhouse lost his balance. The ball poked away. Padgett got a hand on it. It's a 3-on-1. Pass intended for Padgett. Wesley off the mark.
And they really could have taken a huge step forward with a lay in there and tied this game. Instead, the turnover.
Shot clock turned off. And a touch foul, a bump. Yes, Terry, 84% during the regular season.
A lot of people around Dallas are comparing him to Van Exel. He's got that quick trigger, that fearless mentality, and Jerry Stackhouse said he reminds me a little of Mike Bibby about 4 years ago when he made a name for himself in the playoffs.
Now the Rockets hold for a final shot. James, nice shovel pass. Padgett, beautifully done. 1.5 remaining. Stackhouse from center court. So that's the end of the first quarter. Avery Johnson, who took over from Don Nelson following Don's resignation back in mid-March. And since succeeding Don Nelson during the regular season, Avery went 16-2.
Really instituted a philosophical shift, and there's Yao Ming on that screen. They go bigger. They got Dampier. They lost Nash. And you see their defense did improve down the stretch, especially under Avery, just 92 a game, but giving up 101 here in this series. Really the result of small ball. Avery said it took him a game and a half to figure out that he had to go small again.
Stackhouse with his second field goal. So the Mavericks now lead 26-22. The rookie from Wisconsin, Devin Harris, has checked in. He is defending on Mike James. Wesley looking for Yao Ming. Good job by Alan Henderson on Yao. And here's Barry for 3. Oh, Padgett with a hustle play, but it's picked up by Daniels. Finley finding Stackhouse. Now Harris passed on the shot. Harris with the runner. Yes.
Beautiful ball movement by Dallas. 3 guys had open looks, but they were patient. They attacked the Houston defense, and beautiful runner by the rookie.
Jeff Van Gundy staying with the 3-guard set. Yao is fouled. Hit from behind.
Because he's guarding Dirk Nowitzki down on the block. He's done.
Yao is 4 of 4 at the line. He has 6 points in all. Mavericks lead by 4. Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, and David Aldridge. Game 5 of this best of 7. Finley drives the three.
Again, Dallas going with that high screen and roll with Yao's man. That makes the rotation come. Not quick enough, obviously.
Oh, how about the quickness of Mike James? Harris not able to stay with him.
He was so effective for that Detroit Piston team last year in their championship run, coming off the bench and providing so much speed and defense along with Lindsey Hunter. I think Detroit misses him quite a bit, although they're playing pretty well right now. It's too quick, gets all the way to the rim.
Mike James acquired from Milwaukee in late February. He's played for Miami, Boston, you mentioned Detroit as a member of that championship team. Stackhouse with the shot clock running down. And they get the new clock. Daniels gets the pick from Henderson. Yao jumps out. Here's Harris going to his left, and a bad pass. It is out of bounds.
Extremely small. You've got Yao Ming in there. Can Houston get Yao the ball? You'll see Henderson front. You'll see a lot of weak side help.
Here's Wesley for three again. David Wesley from downtown.
And that's the result of the help on Yao. James, great recognition of the penetration, finding Wesley. Houston has to take advantage of that.
Harris spinning his way. Devin Harris, first-round draft pick. He was the 5th selection overall. Out of Wisconsin, acquired in the deal involving Antoine Jamison and Jerry Stackhouse. And as Wesley makes his move, he's fouled by Daniels.
He's going to have to satisfy us on a number of fronts.
Does that mean he's going to have to name names in terms of the official that he says he talked to?
I don't want to limit my options.
David, obviously Mark Cuban started this with regard saying that Yao Ming set illegal screens. Will there be any action taken to him?
No. We have teams call us all the time, complain regularly about the way we call the game. We tell them to send footage, send tapes, come in and talk, including Houston coming to complain about the fact that Yao Ming is hit too hard. So that's standard operating procedure. That part is not a bad thing.
David, what's the state of the championship trophy tour right now?
You know, people love the legends. They are just, lighting up arenas all over. And, and they shine because it gives people an opportunity to say thank you for what they've meant to our game.
David, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the game. Let's go back to Marv.
All right, thanks, David. You go back in the history of playoff lore, and I can recall Phil Jackson and Pat Riley. Foul is called. Mutombo is replaced.
Goes through the process, calling out, and as he said, he's not finished with Mr. Van Gundy.
Yeah, Jeff Van Gundy said he got a call from a friend who was an official. This is after Houston took a 2-0 lead. And Van Gundy said he was told the targeting of Yao was mentioned in an online evaluation from the supervisor of officials, Ronnie Nunn. James able to hit. And Stu Jackson, NBA Vice President, Director of Operations, said no such directive was given to the officials regarding Yao Ming or any other player or team in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the key. Jeff was not questioning a particular call. He was questioning the process and the integrity of the officials as a group in the NBA. And that's why he got hit so hard with that fine.
Shot clock. Mutombo is on it. Getting Mutombo since coming over to the Rockets. Done a nice job. Primarily coming off the bench to spell. Yao Ming, there's Mutombo on the rebound. Mutombo is fouled.
Size edge over Henderson, getting a couple of offensive boards for Henderson. So now the question for Jeff Van Gundy, who does Mutombo cover? This is going to be very interesting to see. You've got McGrady on Nowitzki. Looks like Mutombo will be on Marquise Daniels or Josh Howard, and they'll try to switch as often as they can.
Stephen talking earlier with Avery Johnson, he mentioned this club was built for a playoff run off the acquisition of Eric Dampier, and now they find themselves going small frequently in this series.
Very ironic, given that was Don Nelson's MO for so many years.
McGrady able to drill it. 11 for Tracy McGrady. So the Rockets are within 3, just under 6 minutes remaining in this first half.
And this is a Nelly play for years. You take the mismatch, you let the guy go out top, you bring Mutombo on him, and frequently it can actually disrupt the flow of the offense, and you see Dallas now in scramble mode.
Shot clock to 3. Howard rejected by Mutombo.
And the signature finger wave from Dikembe.
John Barry pulls it back. James played by Terry. Try to use the pick. Shot clock down to 3. James, yes. He has that Tim Hardaway type release.
He does. That's a great comparison. He's got the elbow out. He's sort of squat. He bends his legs up. And as Van Gundy told us today, he's a hot and cold player. Very streaky. And obviously, Houston pleased that he's off to the quick start here tonight.
7-0 run by the Rockets. This was a 3-point attempt. Terrific moves made by the general manager of the Rockets, Harold Dawson. Lots of shuffling on this ball club. They have certainly changed their personality from the start of the season. Here is James again.
Well, you're absolutely right. They changed their character as a team. Remember, we had them early in the season. Houston was a very soft ball club. There was no getting around it. Harold Dawson has to be considered for Executive of the Year. He's turned them into a feisty backcourt. They've got guys coming off the bench who will stick their nose in the play, knock down shots, and suddenly they become an elite team.
Well, there's no question that the coaching staff said, hey, we need more toughness, and that's exactly what they were able to do. Here's Terry, only his second shot of the half, and then deflected out.
0 for 2, just a couple of free throws, and obviously the big game, 32 points last time out. The real Jet, as we like to call
the real
Jason
Jet.
Terry. Those are his initials, J-E-T, and you see it on the sweatband. He is the real Jet, but done a nice job here limiting his open look so far.
McGrady coming up short. Are you saying our Kenny Smith is not an authentic Jet?
I didn't say that. I think you said that.
No, I didn't. I was questioning.
Oh.
Nowitzki. 7 points for Nowitzki.
Well, we asked Avery Johnson, why does Dirk have just 1 3-point shot in this series? And that's why. He's being guarded by a smaller player. He's spending a lot of time around the hoop trying to establish post position. And right now, he's trying to draw McGrady's 3rd foul.
And McGrady is able to hit again. He now has 13 points. Picked up the early 2, sat for a while. 3 minutes remaining, first half. Mutombo challenging Howard to shoot. Here's Finley. Good defense by Barry. And rebounded by Barry. Barry running the floor. Finds Wesley. 4-3. Howard on the rebound.
Dikembe Mutombo's done a terrific job here. You see Dallas trying to expose that mismatch as Stackhouse knocks down the 3 from the corner. But Mutombo has stayed in front of Josh Howard and allowed Houston to keep him on the floor.
Stackhouse has hit 3 of 5 off the bench. He's given the Mavericks a 2-point lead. McGrady going, and Howard dumps it off to Mutombo, and he lost it. Dikembe, an 8-time All-Star, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year in his 14th NBA season out of Georgetown. First half winding down, Mavericks with the ball. They lead by 2. Nowitzki pops it out. Terry this time had a force with the shot clock running down. Yao Ming will just check back in, able to rebound. This is game 5 of the best of 7. Series tied at 2. McGrady looking to bank, and back comes Stackhouse. Terry looking for Stackhouse. Looking to take advantage of James. Nice pass for Howard.
It's about the first time we've really seen that speed and quickness and size advantage on the perimeter be a factor here tonight, Marv. You see James on Stackhouse, the double team comes, and the quick cut by Howard.
McGrady getting inside. Howard around Yao, and a foul.
Over the slight given by Steve Kerr.
and a guy who is just sort of the self-proclaimed.
It gets worse.
Well, I was just pointing out facts, Marv. You know, you can try to delve into it any way you want, but it's just a factual story we have.
Oh, well, there'll be uncontested shots the rest of the night from the studio. Final minute of this first half. Mavericks lead by 6. There's James. Beautiful move. Mike James with outstanding first half. He now has 10 points. Quick transition by the Mavs. Finley from Terry. 17 on the shot clock, as I mentioned. Mavericks do have a foul to give. Yao Ming backing his way and stuffs.
That's the result. When Dallas cannot front Yao, he can get position, and there's no way anybody can handle him on the block.
8 points for Yao. 4-point Dallas lead. 7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Howard challenging Yao. Yao altered that shot, and a loose ball foul.
Yao picks up his third at the other end.
Howard now 3 of 3.
So many teams passed him up, and now this guy is a critical piece for this team going forward. As you see the jump ball.
And Stackhouse wins the tip. Final seconds of the half. Here's Stackhouse. Yes! 2 seconds remaining in the half. Jerry Stackhouse with the hustle, then able to hit the 3 after winning the tip. Wesley. That's the end of the first half. They're on their feet here in Dallas. Mavericks with a 52-44 lead on the Rockets.
Mavericks converted 6 of 11 fast break opportunities. They just think the turnovers are leading to too many easy baskets. As far as Josh Howard having a good half, they can live with that as long as they stay open, stay on Dirk Nowitzki. They think they've gotten enough touches to Yao Ming, but they obviously want to keep doing that in the second half, guys.
Yao playing with the 3 fouls. Nice move by McGrady, but it would not go. Tracy McGrady, the high man for the Rockets with 13. Josh Howard leading Dallas with 13. That's Howard. Here's Terry, very quiet first half. Eric Dampier back on the floor. Terry played by Soar. Soar was a question mark because of the flu, but he's in the starting lineup. Nowitzki on a step back, handled by Padgett.
Nowitzki can't quite get anything to go in this whole series, and it's been a tough night for McGrady so far as well. 4 for 13 for Tracy. He's had a lot of good looks. He's going to have to get hot for this team to have any chance. I think he's threatening the all-time record, which was set, Marv, by Bubba Wells in a game that...
No.
Yes. Game that I played in. He was sent in by Don Nelson to foul Dennis Rodman every time. I think he fouled out in 6 minutes. So I don't think he's quite going to catch Wells, but he's putting up a pretty good fight.
We're going to have our staff check that out as Sora knocks it down. Not that it ever doubt you.
Why would you question my NBA knowledge?
You said it with a smirk.
Well, it was a strange tactic by Nelly.
Mavericks up by 6 points. Just underway in the third. Here's Howard to the left hand. Yes, and the foul.
And we talked about it, Mark. It's been the theme now the last 2.5 games. The speed and depth of the Dallas team. 16 points for Howard. Mavericks up by 9. That's their biggest lead of the night. Trying to take a 3-2 lead in this best of 7. Looking to win on their home court. As we mentioned earlier, it has been a home court disadvantage thus far in this series. Nice pass. McGrady to Yao. That's the first time we've really seen penetration from McGrady that led to a bucket for Yao. So maybe Houston's going to change up a little bit strategically, try to spread the floor and get McGrady on some penetration to the hole.
Nowitzki for Dampier, put on the floor, and he draws the foul. And we've just received official word.
What did I say, 5 minutes?
6.
6 minutes? It was pretty close, Mark.
Pretty good.
Without any help from the staff. I mean, I came up with that one on my own. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, so you know, to pull something out I thought was pretty impressive.
Would that go in the books as an unsponsored Steve Wonder?
Yes, it would.
Padgett's pass broken up. Here comes Terry. Henderson, Terry, not looking for his shot. They've done a good job defensively on him. Nowitzki. Yes. And McGrady felt that he was fouled.
Well, he's done a nice job this whole series of staying in front of Dirk and getting a hand up, but when you take a charge that isn't called, you leave yourself totally exposed. Dirk Nowitzki with the wide open shot.
Dallas with a 10-point lead. McGrady. He is now 4 for 14. Dampier with a high dribble, slapped away, able to recover. Nowitzki, 4-3, way off. Played off glass by Wesley.
Really lost that touch from beyond the arc. I think this series has kind of taken him out of his game a little bit. He's not used to playing so much around the basket.
Paget looking to avoid Dampier. Sora on the hop to Yao, who's pushed.
The end of game 2 on that play. And Dallas has made the adjustment.
Yao had hit his previous 5 at the line, 58-49. Mavericks with the lead, 8.5 remaining in this third quarter. It's only the 5th time in the history of the NBA. Coming into tonight, the road team. Remember, Nowitzki put up 53 against Houston in an overtime win here in Dallas. That was back in early December. Nowitzki off the double, trying to squeeze it through. He thought he was fouled. McGrady accelerates. McGrady to the rim.
That's why this guy's one of the most prolific scorers in the league. When the jumper's not going, he's got the ability to get to the rim almost at will.
Dallas now by 7. Here's Terry. Yes. That's his first field goal. Only his 4th shot of the night.
See if the Jet can pick it up here, Marv.
Yao Ming. Yao gets inside. Rockets also looking for a hacking foul.
But once again, Dallas trying to front him, and they've had better success with their smaller lineup. Dampier sometimes unable to get around Yao.
Nowitzki to the finger roll. Dirk now 4 of 13. McGrady delivers to Paget and a foul.
And sends him to the free throw line.
Scott Paget, originally a first-round draft pick
because Dirk Nowitzki is guarding him, but he's really playing center field. He's laying off him a little bit. If Houston can find Paget, get him in rhythm, he can really force Dallas's hand and open up the floor for everybody else.
Alan Henderson is checked back in, replacing Eric Dampier, just picked up a 4th. Terry being chased. Yao fell down. Nice play. Terry to the wide open Henderson.
Obviously a miscommunication on the rotation. I think Paget thought the pass was going to the corner and nobody covers the basket.
Rockets with the ball down by 7. Here's Sora for 3. Off Sora from downtown. That's his first 3-pointer.
Remember, he hit those huge threes at the end of game 2 that helped Houston get up in this series 2-0. Not really known as a 3-point threat, but he has the ability occasionally to knock some down, get into rhythm.
Yes, he hit 4 of 5 from beyond the arc in game 2. Here's Nowitzki. That has to feel good for Dirk Nowitzki. Try to find the range. 11 points for Nowitzki, but only 5 of 14.
And every time he makes one of those, he's making McGrady work.
Yao is fouled.
I think Avery Johnson feels like that's one of the reasons.
In Houston, Yao said it was not a case of fraternizing with the enemy. There is Yao. He and Yao became close friends when Harris coached the Chinese national team in the Olympics last summer.
Of course, I'm sure Jeff Van Gundy was thrilled. All of his Knicks teams used to, they wouldn't even talk to the opponent, much less have dinner with them during a series.
Kevin Harris off the mark. Sparked the Spurs.
The team is so well balanced, and they always play defense. That's why when Duncan struggles, they can still win. They've got the penetration from Parker and Ginobili, and they're just tough.
Finley, yes. So Dallas now leads 66-60, but the Rockets done a better job in getting Yao Ming involved here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they have. They've done a nice job against that fronting defense. They've moved the ball side to side a little bit. You see, now they are in the penalty.
McGrady 6 of 7. 5:15 remaining in the third quarter. And it's a 4-point game. Dallas with the lead. Sore all over Harris. Howard played by Paget. Howard rebounded by McGrady. Paget, Yao, McGrady on the front line. Wesley and Sora at the guards. McGrady for 3. Here's Finley, changed his mind. Nice return from Harris, and Finley scored.
Well done. It was great defense by David Wesley, but it was almost too good because he was ready to block that shot. Good recognition by Finley and Harris working the little give and go.
Mavericks 68, the Rockets 62. Marv Albert with Steve Kerr, David Aldridge from Dallas, Texas. It is game 5 of the best of 7. Here is Sora. He was looking for a foul call. Thought Harris made contact. Howard going left and fouled by Paget. Howard is 4 out of 5 at the line.
Or if you're Jeff Van Gundy, you have to feel like this is the game you want to get. You know, yes, it's a 7-game series. Yes, you've won 2 in Dallas, but you don't really want to face a 7th game in Dallas. Home court, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And you see Yao picking up his 4th.
These are both excellent road teams. Rockets 25-16 during the regular season on the road. Dallas 29-12, second best road record in the NBA behind Phoenix.
Yeah, so I think home court is a little overrated, especially with good teams, but the 7th game you really want to be at home. Statistics prove that. And the 5th game is also huge, Marv, as Nowitzki raises up and misses.
And Howard, Mutombo, and Nowitzki will jump. And controlled by Dallas. 3.5 left. In the third, Mavericks with a 7-point advantage.
And look at this matchup here. Mutombo guarding Marquise Daniels. We'll see if Dallas tries to take advantage.
Harris with the step. Basket will not count.
His career here, Marv. He really got the reputation as a selfish and come off the Dallas reserve bench and given them a huge lift. He provides mismatched nightmares almost every night.
This is a guy who 4 years ago averaged just under 30.
Earlier in the series, McGrady said the ring weighed his hand down. McGrady said, now I want one that says Rockets instead of Pistons, guys.
Now Steve carries his 5 championship rings and shows it to the entire staff to get us all pumped up before these playoff games.
Yeah, I used to show everybody and they'd all say the same thing. Did you thank Michael? How about Tim?
I feel that Kenny the Jet Smith is...
No, just a thought. This is another unsponsored Steve Wonders.
Just under 3 minutes left in the third. 71-64 Dallas. They have led most of the way. They've led by as many as 10. Wesley changed his mind. McGrady over Finley. Finley got a piece of it. Rebounded by Daniels. Dallas on the run. Rockets able to get back. Nowitzki over Mutombo. Yes. Dirk Nowitzki extends to a 10-point. In the third quarter, Dallas up by 10. Rockets without a field goal the last 4 minutes. And Dallas has done a terrific job. They do not have a turnover in nearly 20 minutes.
Well, Houston, of course, among the lowest in the league in terms of forced turnovers. That's not the style of team they are. And Mutombo gets stripped.
Nowitzki able to get a hand in. Yao Ming on the bench after picking up number 4. Harris called for a traveling violation. Rockets won the first 2 games of this series here in Dallas. Dallas won the next 2 in Houston. In the last 2 games, Rockets had the lead in the fourth quarter, and Dallas able to pull it out. Here's Mutombo from Sora. In game 3, they went on that 20-0 run. In game 4 Saturday night. Rockets went nearly 5 minutes without scoring. Mavericks had that 15-5 spurt to come up with a victory.
And I think in both games, Marv, it was the speed and quickness of Dallas wearing down McGrady. As you see, Stackhouse missed the jumper. And McGrady's gotten a little tired here the last couple of games. He's 5 for 17 tonight, so Dallas has continued to do the job on him.
Sword goes behind the back. Crowd wanted to travel, but it's a turnover. Daniels with a change of direction. Miscommunication on the part of the Rockets. James, McGrady, and Mutombo just looking at each other.
First order of business defensively in transition. Somebody stop the ball. That's communication or a lack thereof.
There's James and a foul. 3 of 3 at the line. He has 13 points. 76-68. Dallas seeking to take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 Game 6 Thursday night in Houston. Game 7, if necessary, back here in Dallas Saturday. Winner of the series will face the Phoenix Suns, who swept Memphis, wrapping it up last night. Stackhouse rebounded by Mutombo.
Boy, nice job by Houston defensively, recovering to the shooters. And here's Wesley on the break.
Oh, he lost control, looking to save it, trying to call for time, and they get the timeout.
If you can get a hoop and close this thing to 5 or 6 to end the quarter, now you've got a chance to go into the fourth in pretty decent shape.
Finley defending on McGrady. Paget comes out to set the pick. Paget is open for 3. Nowitzki got a piece of it. Time running out. So the Mavericks not able to get a shot off. Troy Aikman as we get started in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks 76, the Rockets 68. Told that Josh Howard has tied a playoff career high with 17 points. Tracy McGrady with 17, but only 5 of 17 from the field. Yao Ming has 15, but it's the same problem for the Rockets. Yao in foul trouble as the Stackhouse opens up the fourth quarter, and Yao has attempted only 6 shots, 4 of 6 from the field, sitting down after picking up number 4. Dikembe Mutombo is on the floor. John Barry is back. Barry, Wesley, and James in a 3-guard set for Houston. Mutombo nowhere to go, met by Nowitzki, goes to the jump hook. Not a high percentage shot.
Well, I thought Yao Ming's 4th foul was huge, Mark, because Houston had finally figured out when he picked up his 4th, it sent him to the bench and it changed the game around again.
Mutombo sits down with the return of Yao.
And you look at this Dallas lineup, once again, you've got 4 guards and Dirk Nowitzki, and again, the advantage they have there is so much speed on the floor. It's led to 30 points in the paint. All that penetration they've got. Remember, Houston was #1 in the NBA this year in defending points in the paint.
Yao Ming with 17 points on only 7 shots. How about the Rockets? Just 9 assists on their 23 field goals.
Well, this is what we talked about early in the game. The problem hasn't been production from Yao. It's been just being on the floor and getting enough shots up.
Daniels. Back comes James. Barry. And the Rockets are within 7. Went on to beat the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference semifinals and went on to win their 2nd straight NBA title.
And now I see why they called Kenny Smith the Jet. Did you see how fast he ran over there to hug the guy who hit the big shot?
You won't give it up. 2 minutes gone by. Nowitzki and Stackhouse. Terry and Finley at the guards. Terry met on a switch by McGrady, shoots over and hits. Jason Terry has been defended well, has not forced the issue, coming off the sensational 32-point game the other night.
Obviously, Houston has paid a lot of attention here to him tonight, but their other guys on the perimeter have played quite well.
Yao Ming once again fed by Tracy McGrady. 81-74 Mavericks. Stackhouse over Wesley. Back tap by Dampier.
Another offensive board for Dampier. That's been a theme this series. The Mavericks' speed and quickness has led to a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities for Dampier.
The ball movement by the Mavs. Finley for three. Kept alive by Stackhouse. A third consecutive possession.
Boy, those are killers. You make a nice defensive stand. You can't secure the rebound. Now the crowd gets back into it.
Offensive foul.
Screen there, brush screen. Picks up another.
5 fouls on Dampier in 12 minutes of playing time. McGrady to the rim, and he draws the foul. For 17 from the field. Rockets within 6 with 8.5 remaining in the fourth.
Now, fourth quarter execution was the story of the 2 games in Houston. Obviously, the Rockets really struggled to see if they can get going here tonight. They've got to get McGrady going.
Nowitzki twisting his way, rejected by Yao, hits the deck. Finley on a catch and shoot. Rebounded by Stackhouse.
Another offensive board. 11 now for Dallas to just 5 for Houston.
There's Terry with the step and a foul.
And it was Stackhouse who said that Barry had only won 1 series. Barry, and thanked everybody for getting him to the second round. In Barry's words, what I remember is he played lousy. Guys.
John Barry and Bob Sura that he did not appreciate their progress in terms of making the turn and getting back defensively after they'd hit a 3.
Well, Jeff is so intent on concentrating on the next play. He's always preached that as a coach. Next play, next play. And when you're busy celebrating and doing your little dance, you can't possibly be thinking about the next play. So it really bothered Van Gundy.
Oh, James with the acceleration. Beautifully done by Mike James, showing the speed to bring the Rockets within 6. James has hit 6 of 7 from the field, and I have not seen any celebration tonight on the part of Barry or Sura.
Well, it's tough to celebrate when you've lost 2 straight games and you're losing the 5th one. A very serious Rocket team here tonight.
Shot clock at 5. Down to 3. Down to 1. Stackhouse. Yao with the rebound.
Great challenge by David Wesley.
Harry pulls it back on Nowitzki. Yao over Dampier. Yes. Yao Ming with 21 points.
Now, we've talked about it so often, Marv. The playoffs come down to 1 play, 1 possession. Certainly, almost every game in this series has been the case. So it's going to be very interesting to watch Houston. Can they come up with the big plays that they didn't get in games 3 and 4?
Terry. Dallas by 6. Just under 6.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. James again looking to go left. He forced it. He was off balance. Terry met by James and pulls it back.
Everybody in this building standing right now. You can feel the tension mounting as the clock ticks down to under 6 minutes.
Shot clock down to 5. Terry for 3. Yes!
He said, we don't want you to be Steve Nash. We want you to be, Steve, are you listening? We want you to be the Jet. Back to you.
This is a theme right here. Here's McGrady. Kicks it out. Barry from straight away for 3. Rebounded by McGrady. And McGrady comes up short. Nowitzki able to get to it. McGrady's first shot in over 6 minutes.
And you just have to wonder, Marv, if fatigue is a factor. 5 for 18. Now, that one was an easy one. He normally dunks that ball, and he just didn't have the lift to put that thing back.
Shot clock down to 4. Nowitzki off one leg. Rebounded by Barry. 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. 88-79 Dallas. James once again showing the speed. Could not convert. Yao Ming missed on the follow. Here's Yao looking for position, and he's hacked.
His win by 7, Mark.
From the line, 22 of 28, but they've missed 3 crucial ones here, and now 4.
Once again, they're on their feet here in Dallas. Mavericks have been using that shot clock. It's down to 5. Nowitzki backing his way. Yes. 7-0 run by the Mavericks. 17 for Nowitzki. 90-79. It matches the Mavs' biggest lead of the night. McGrady from downtown.
It's incredible, isn't he? At one end, he has to challenge Nowitzki, who it's a beautiful fadeaway. The other, he says, all right, I'm going to pull up from 3 here, bring us to within 8.
That's his first three-pointer. A steal by Wesley, chased by Terry.
And trying to take advantage of Yao Ming at the offensive end.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a 6-point Dallas lead. Game 5 of this best of 7 between the 4th and 5th seeds in the Western Conference. The series is tied at 2. Nowitzki blocked by Yao. And here comes McGrady. Barry for 3. Yes! It's a 3-point Dallas lead of the Mavericks. That performance earlier this season against the Spurs in Houston when he finished with 13 points in, 35 seconds?
Of course, he hasn't done much in the previous 2 games in the series, just 2 for 10 combined in the fourth quarters, and his Houston team, as a result, has struggled tonight in the fourth quarter. 7 for 13 shooting for the Rockets. No turnovers. They're executing.
Nowitzki with the step. And a foul. Nowitzki only 2 of 4 at the line, although an 87% free throw shooter.
On the waist, but that's a tough one.
So the Mavericks now lead 92-87. Are you saying they changed the rules in the playoffs?
Well, you know what? I mean, you want to call me out, that's fine. Fourth quarter down the stretch, even in a regular season game, it's supposed to be a more blatant foul to call it.
Yao Ming, yes, and the foul
for his Rockets team, and suddenly Houston within 3. Yao can't convert. That's the 5th missed free throw in this quarter, Mark.
92-89. Dallas with the lead and the ball as we come up on 2.5 remaining in the fourth. Stackhouse for 3. Yes. Jerry Stackhouse from downtown. He is 3 of 4 from beyond that 3-point line.
And there you see the mismatch. Yao Ming unsure of who he's supposed to guard. They have 4 guards out there with Nowitzki. Miscommunication, wide open look for Stackhouse.
McGrady with the step, finding Yao. Nicely done once again.
They are really exposing this small lineup now, Marv. They've done a better job of keeping the floor spread, and Yao's going right to the hole.
25 for Yao Ming. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Dallas by 4. Nowitzki wide open. 21 for Nowitzki.
So they've got to be very judicious now with what they're trying to do and using their timeouts. Look for McGrady on the screen and roll, trying to get to the rim.
Picked up by Nowitzki, gets the step and is fouled.
Another factor is McGrady has 5 fouls at the other end. You leave him on Nowitzki.
Tracy getting the treatment from the crowd and knocks down both. 97-93 Mavericks.
Defensive communication, Marv, for Houston. It's broken down 2 possessions in a row. They've got to make their rotations. Who's Yao guarding? Who's going to match up with the 3 people on the floor when they make their switches?
Nowitzki goes cross court, Stackhouse, shot clock at 3. Stackhouse to the rim. Rebounded by Yao, and he's fouled on a reach-in. From this angle, it appeared that it was Nowitzki. Howard also came over the regular season. It cuts it to a 3-point Dallas lead. Mavericks have a full timeout and a 20. Rockets have 1 timeout left. Both teams are over the foul limit. We're down to 1:10 to play in the fourth. Huge possession for the Mavs. McGrady playing with 5. Shot clock at 5. Big shot here by Terry. Rebounded by Barry. Knocked away. Stackhouse with the steal. And a foul. And it was Stackhouse who missed that critical free throw and deflected it off McGrady. Here's another look. Let's see. Oh, he came from out of bounds.
Out of bounds. You can't do that. That's a missed call by the officials, and Dallas gets 2 points. What a huge play.
99-94, big break for the Mavs. They're up by 5. Final minute of this fourth quarter. McGrady to the rim. Rebound Yao and stuffs. Nowitzki had a step aside. He's playing with 5. It's a 3-point game. We're down to 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
No need to foul. Make a stop. Get the ball back. You've got to get a rebound, though, and you've got a chance to tie.
Shot clock to 10. Now to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Terry forcing, trying to go glass. Nowitzki is right there. The Mavericks 101. The Rockets 96. Off the offensive glass. Yao putting the move on Henderson. A strong performance, 28 points, 10 of 13 from the field.
Now you get McGrady back in when the clock is stopped. Well, Dallas is having Daniels, their weakest foul shooter, take the ball out. Otherwise, you've got 80-plus guys all over the floor.
Finley, and he is fouled by Padgett. So Finley misses.
McGrady will have the ball, spread the floor, see what happens.
It is now a 4-point lead, down to 15 seconds.
Got to hurry up.
McGrady. Now McGrady to the rim. They let him go. It's down to a 2-point game. 7 4/10 seconds remaining. Remaining in regulation. Dallas does not have any more timeouts, so they throw to the backcourt. Knocked away by James. Recovered by Terry, and a foul. And was able to reach in. Nearly came up with it. We're down to 4.8 to go. Jason Terry at the free throw line. And this game very much alive. 4 8/10 seconds remaining. It is now a 3-point game. Here comes McGrady, and Stackhouse gives the foul.
Dampier.
Well, now he has to miss.
And the Rocket players have to remember somebody's got to run to the 3-point line just to be available.
All right, McGrady goes off the rim. McGrady looks to fire for time. Oh, come on. He got the perfect hop. He decided to take it by himself. He could have thrown it out.
I don't know if anybody had an angle. I like the shot from McGrady. He's the best player on the team, one of the best in the league. Look at this, it works out perfectly. James or David Wesley might have been open, but McGrady chooses to shoot the fadeaway. Great look, that's all you can ask for.
The Mavericks 103, the Rockets 100. Thanks to our producer Scooter Bertino, director Renato Lowe, and our statistician Brian Taylor. 3-2 lead for Dallas. For David Aldridge, Steve Kerr, and our entire crew, Marv Albert saying good night from Dallas, Texas.